So class 6 students, this is the chapter 6. First of all, here we will read about what is an empire. Okay. First of all, here we will read about what is an empire. Okay. In this chapter number 6 for class 6 students, today I will read chapter number 6, topic number 6.1 and 6.2. So in this chapter 6, we will read about today what is an empire or who is an emperor. First you have to know what is an empire and who is an emperor. To state it simply, an empire means corresponds to huge territory. So an empire corresponds to a huge territory. So let us consider that there are few thousands of people in a kingdom. Then in an empire there will be some few lakhs of people. A large territorial unit is formed by the merger of many kingdoms. That huge area is known as an empire. So what is an empire? We simply state that it is a huge territory. So let us consider that there are few thousands of people in a kingdom. So we know that there are few thousands of people in a kingdom. Then in an empire there will be few lakhs of people. So a large, তাহলে আমরা জানি যে few thousands of people থাকে কিংডমে, কিন্তু একটা এম্পায়ারে লাখস অফ পিপল থাকে। ঠিক আছে, তাহলে যে কোনো একটা লার্জ টেরিটোরিয়াল ইউনিট হুইচ ইজ ফর্মড বাই মেনি কিংডমস, দ্যাট হিউজ territorial unit is known as an empire. So a large territorial unit formed by the merger of many kingdoms, that huge area is known as an empire. Okay, so if a question comes that what is an empire, then you have to write that it means a huge territory where lakhs of people used to live. It is a larger territorial unit. It is formed by the merger of many kingdoms. That huge area is known as an empire. These things you have to write. What is an empire if question comes? Okay, then who is an emperor? So a person who rules an empire, who rules that large territorial unit, that unit is known as an emperor. So emperor means a big king. So that person who rules that large unit, so a king is there or a person is there who rules that large area or large territorial unit. Okay, so that person who rules that area is known as an emperor. Emperor means a big king, the king who rules over many subjects and a huge territory is known as an emperor. So a king who rules over many subjects and a huge territory, that king is known as an emperor. So যে রাজা অনেক সাবজেক্টস এবং সেই টেরিটরিটাকে রুল করছে, সেই জায়গাটাকে লার্জ টেরিটরিটাকে রুল করছে, তাকে আমরা বলছি বিগ কিং অর এম্পারার। ওকে, সো হিজ ইজ দ্য লাস্ট ওয়ার্ড ইন হিজ টেরিটরি। সো তার কথাই হবে, এই এম্পায়ারের কথাই লাস্ট কথা হবে টেরিটরিতে। সে যা বলবে টেরিটরিতে তাই তাকে এম্পায়ারের কথাই সবাইকে শুনতে হবে। হি ইজ দ্য কিং অফ দ্য কিংস, দ্যাট ইজ রাজা ধীরাজ। সো So the person who rules over that territory, large territory, that person is first of all called emperor, and that person is the only person of the king of kings, and he is called the king of kings. He is the only person whose everything have to listen by everyone in that territory, whose decision is the last decision. That king decision, that person decision is the last decision of that territory, and he is the king of the kings. He is called Raja Dhiraj. But if such a ruler is the woman, then that woman is called as empress, not emperor, but an empress. যদি রাজা হয় সেই টেরিটরিতে তাহলে আমরা emperor বলি. If there is an woman, then she is called as an empress, and she is also called Raja Dhiraj. Okay, but the woman is called empress. So these things you have to read, that first of all what is an empire, then who is an emperor, then who is called Raja Dhiraj, and who is called as an empress. Okay, now emperor are formed out of where one king defeat other kings in battle, then empire form. So যুদ্ধ যখন হয় একটা এম্পায়ার আরেকটা এম্পায়ারকে একটা কিংডম আরেকটা কিংডমকে হারিয়ে দেয়, আরেকটা কিংডম আরেকটা রাজাকে হারিয়ে দেয় ব্যাটেলে, যুদ্ধেতে, তখনই একটা এম্পায়ার তৈরি হয়. সো দেন ভাস্ট realm is formed by merging all the kingdoms. So একটা vast large territory হয় যখন আমরা অনেক ছোট ছোট কিংডমকে একসাথে নিয়ে আসি, তখন একটা vast kingdom হয়. Thus no one else become more powerful than that person who is the main person of that area. তাহলে সেই জায়গার যে আসল পার্সন তাকেই আমরা এম্পায়ার বলি. সে ওখানে কেউ রুল করতে পারে না একমাত্র সে ছাড়া. ওকে, so it was not always however that a king performed sacrifice to become an emperor.